Hello, nerds, and welcome to Four Nerds Gaming. You're on with Happy Bandit,
Keelan.
The wife.
And the missus?
and we've got a. Jeez, way to fail that right off
Nice.
the bat. We've got an interesting topic to discuss today. Violentacrez. There is an article. It's linked down in the description. It was from the Gawker's website, and it is about
Trolls.
the troll. Yeah,
Reddit,
sorry, I lost
Reddit
my
troll. The internet's biggest troll.
Yeah, that was the name of the article, and basically he's the, I guess, self-proclaimed creepy uncle of Reddit.
Yeah, creepy doesn't begin
And,
to explain
You know, he was the creator and moderator of many a fine website such as
Jailbait.
Jailbait. No,
it. Yeah, jailbait.
yeah,
was
Jailbait
one.
was one. Creep shots. All these subreddits that a little bit, let's say, questionable legality, maybe. And so this article basically outed him to the world, and we heard. Let's hear. Unfortunately, due to our recording schedule and posting schedule, this article is about a week and a half old
about
a week
at this
old.
point. And once they said within 24 hours of this article being published, he was fired from his job. So that's sort of the crux of everything. Thoughts?
I think he deserves it.
He's a douchebag.
The content that he posted is just really, it's horrendous. I mean, I know he does a lot of it because, he's trying to get a rise out of people. But still, like, and I know that it's perfectly legal content, too. That's the thing that's really disturbing about it, is that the stuff that he posted is perfectly legal for him to do.
Yeah, crap. I'll have to do this normal.
And so, like, anything that really, the really most disturbing thing for me about it is that he was a reliable source for Reddit to go to say, hey, moderate this. Because anything that was actually technically illegal in the jailbait subreddit, he got rid of, and sorted out and, reported things. But the stuff that he put on there is perfectly legal, That's really the most horrifying part of it, is that you can take and go and take pictures of women's cleavage or whatever, and put it on Reddit.
But it's an invasion of privacy. It is a gross invasion of privacy, and they're shouting, "Oh, we can do this because it's free speech." You know what? I have rights, and I have rights too, and
Yeah.
I have the right to not have you photograph my boobs and put it on the internet. Thank you very much.
The thing is,
pour it
like,
over there.
the thing with the Facebook photos and stuff like that, that's all covered
Ah!
by,
Sorry.
that's all covered
bad advice
by
brought to you by
the rules of the, the laws that they have out there about, if you post something on Etsy, then people have right to use it because you've put it out there.
Well,
So
that's
if you
true,
put it on your
but-
Facebook page and your Facebook page is public, then you're kind of asking.
But one
for
of the
it.
pages that he was administrating, though, was encouraging men or people
Yeah.
in general to take pictures of women's body parts, and most of these women,
Like
many of them were
upskirt
unsuspecting.
photos and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, just stuff like
yeah,
that.
that sort of stuff.
women had
That's a
no
problem.
idea.
Like the Facebook stuff, you're kind of asking for it. If you're taking revealing photos of yourself and putting it on your Facebook and saying,
Yeah, by the way,
putting
that-
it publicly, that's a problem.
That reminds me, parents, you better know your children's Facebook passwords, and you better be checking your children's Facebooks.
As a parent,
Because these girls that were ending up on this jailbait site, their parents should have been paying attention to what was going
Yeah.
on and should not have been letting them post these pictures. Just saying.
Another thing that can happen that I've heard of before that these kids don't realize it, but even though they are minors, if they post a picture on a phone, it may not be, obviously Facebook would block things like that, but when they sext each other, they are committing crimes. If a 16-year-old kid posts a picture of his wang to another 16-year-old kid,
It's still child
that
pornography.
is still child pornography,
Yeah.
and that can
And
make a lot of problems.
Also, if the parent pays the bill for that phone, they're liable as
That's
well.
true.
Exactly. So that
Yeah.
again, I say parents,
It's
pay
really
attention to what your kids are doing.
the jailbait thing is really an issue of, parents not really doing their job, because I have a 6-year-old and I have a almost 5-year-old and a 2-year-old,
Oh, jeez.
and the pictures that I put of them online, I know that there may be some guys out there that are gonna see those photos, and I don't want them to see them. So I'm really careful about what I put online.
Yeah.
And my privacy settings and that sort of things. Because there are sickos out there,
Lots of 'em.
that, even a picture, very innocent picture of my child could be used for whatever purposes they want for it. And so, when it comes to pictures of my kids, the privacy settings on my Facebook are very strict. You have to be friends with me to see those pictures. But when it comes to other pictures, like, stuff I'm selling on Facebook, you can set the,
Okay.
the individual settings on
that's-
it and
that's-
stuff.
We're off
We're
subject
getting
there.
a little off
Yeah.
subject here.
But
One thing that struck me as interesting, and it really, I'm still just a little bit torn on this. He actually said to the author of this article, please don't do this. This will ruin my life.
Well,
And I found myself torn because
anonymity.
one thing, the anonymity of the internet is one thing, but at the same time, he didn't make himself super anonymous to begin with.
no, he
was
didn't. He was
going
open with who he
to-
was.
Whoops. He was going to these events.
Well, the author made a very valid point that they, the people on there on the jailbait site say, well, if the girls don't want their picture ending up, on this site, they shouldn't make their Facebook public. If he didn't want his information revealed, he shouldn't have made it so freaking easy to track
find out
him
who he
down.
was. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're a troll. You should know better.
The other side of that coin is, he's saying this about his life being ruined, but what about the people whose lives were ruined by his websites, by
Yeah.
his Reddit pages? I'm sure there are many people out there whose lives were upended because of some of these pictures coming up on Reddit like that, and
Yeah.
so really, I mean,
He just didn't think of them that way. He's objectifying women, so what does he
Exactly.
think?
Well,
Well, that's
a lot
the
of it
point.
is he's doing it to try to get a rise out of people.
yeah,
And he enjoys that. And a lot of it, like he started subpages about how women should be in the kitchen, and that's kind of the internet
Yeah.
thing.
Well, that's-
and
that's one thing.
That's a joke, sort of thing. But when you're really serious about, women are here just to be seen, and that
Well,
sort
even
of thing,
something
that
like
pisses me off.
Well, but see, even something like that, I can't really say anything about something like that because that's an opinion, and everybody is free to express their own opinions,
Yeah.
no matter what they are. The problem that I have is the invasion of other people's privacy.
Yeah.
That is the issue that I'm having.
It's one thing to
And-
repost pictures that somebody voluntarily put online.
Mm-hmm.
It's a completely other thing to go out and take pictures specifically of people that they don't want to be taken.
Well, and even taking a picture of somebody's Facebook page, I mean, whether it's a public page or not, that's still an invasion of privacy. You still don't have permission
Well-
to do that. And it's still, morally, it's still
Well,
not right.
uh,
Regardless of
from
what the
the-
law says,
yeah.
morally,
Well,
it's still not right.
Not everybody is as fluent on the legal aspects of things online, as other people are. And it'd be one thing if they were violating, privacy laws. But, the ones that their Facebook's public, they're kind of asking for it.